So let's get started with today's agenda. So today we are going to learn file handling. Okay, so file means what? So a lot of people who are not, I'm just taking it from again from the very basic thing. So I'm understanding that a kid is sitting in front of me and he doesn't know what exactly file is. Okay, so if you understand file, you will understand how to handle that file. Okay, that's what it all about. Okay, so if you know the basic funda, then you will do the lot of operations really very quickly. Okay, so we'll move towards the file. And what is there in the chat box? Okay, just okay, fine. Okay, so what you know by the file? Yes, anybody? File, just what is file? I like asking questions. So whenever I'm asking, you guys are thinking. You are giving some stretch to your brain, right? You start thinking. So that's what I love, and this will help you to think something out of the box. Okay. So tell me what is file. Yes, nobody. Correct. So at least computer student should tell me what is file. So I know Abhishek is from mechanical, and then we have other few people who are from electronics. File is something which have data. Okay, okay. Yeah. So we have few people from electronics. So I'm not expecting from them because the detailed part of all that thing is not covered, or they don't know that. Okay. Okay, fine. File is object of memory which store data. Yes, 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 yes. Used to store data. It's secondary memory. Yes. Data is stored in secondary memory in file. Yes, Dheeraj, absolutely on target. Okay, it is an entity where data is kept. See, all of you know, everybody use file, but everybody is having different opinion. They are thinking from their perspective. Okay, just for the people who are not entering or who are participating in this conversation, so you guys will not learn the most. Okay, so try to engage yourself. This will show that you are confident first. This will show that you are confident, even if your answers are wrong. So it's not about right or wrong. It's about your opinion. What do you know about file? That's what I'm asking, and you should answer. I guess there should not be. It's been almost a month. You know me, and all the people who joined this thing, you are familiar with everybody, right? So you should not have any hesitation for typing it all over here. What all you think about file? All information and data stored in a place is termed as file. Fine, that's okay. Perfect. So all of you know what is file in at least in overview or from the largest perspective. Okay. So let's go and let's check what I have regarding file. So all of you are absolutely right. So file are the named location on the disk to store related information. Okay. So it is a space, okay, on a disk. It is a space on disk where we store information. Okay, they're used to store permanently. They used to permanently store the data in non-volatile memory. As let me check who said this. Dheeraj, yes, is an object computer stored data. Yes, as Dheeraj said, it is stored in permanent memory, secondary memory, right? So it is called as non-volatile memory, which is hard disk, and volatile memory is our RAM. So whatever operations you do while typing the code or while writing into file, or when file is not saved, all the data. Imagine that you open a new file, you just open a notepad and you're typing something. The file is yet not saved, right? So till the time it is not saved, it will be in RAM. Okay, it is not yet file. It's a volatile memory, which if you close that thing without saving, your data is lost. Okay, so it's but the file we are talking about, it's permanent store. It will be stored in permanent space in non-volatile memory such as hard disks. Okay, so when we want to read from or write to a file, we need to open it first, right? So we don't directly write to file, we open it and then we write it, right? So when I edit this presentation, what I did, I opened this presentation and then I started typing all the content related to file. Okay, so that's what the file is all about. We need to open it first. Hence, in Python, not in Python, in every language, file operation takes place in following order. First, you open file, then either you read it or you write it, then you close the file, right? So after this presentation, after this thing, I'm going to close it. Okay, I'm going to close this Sorry, are you able to see my screen? Yes, I guess you're able to see my screen. Yes. So after this presentation, after at the end of this session, I'm going to close this file. So that's what everybody does. Okay, so that's what all about file. So let's go and let's deep dive into file reading, and then we'll move towards writing. Or first, as I told you, you need to first open that file. Let's see how we can open file in Python. Okay, so here we go. So in other languages, there are certain modules that you need to import, but in Python you don't need to do that. In Python, Python has a built-in open function to open a file. Okay, so we have inbuilt function. In other programming languages such as C++, C, and Java, you need to import something library which will help us to open the file or to deal with the file, right? So in Java, sorry, in Python, it is not at all needed. We have inbuilt function called as open, which will we just need to pass the path of that file. It will help us to open the file. Okay, and you know, as I told you, once you open a file, you can read it or write it, or and then you need to close that file. Okay, this function returns file object, which is also called as handle. Okay, so that's why it is the operation whatever we are doing. So it's file reading and writing. Okay, but still it's a file handling. We kind of by opening a file, by reading a file, or by closing that file, we are handling that file. Okay, so that's why the topic of this thing is file handling, and we use this open function which is giving us a handle to perform all the operations. Okay, so with that handle we read or modify the file accordingly whatever we want. Okay, so we'll get a handle. So in the syntax in the on the next line you can see f is equal to open, and then you are passing what you're passing file name. Okay, so it is if this first statement will be executed or will be useful if your file is in the same location where your code is. If it is not the case, if your file is on desktop and you are doing the coding, or your PyCharm is saving your code in documents or somewhere else, so you need to provide full URL. Only then you will be able to access that file. Okay, first you need to open that file, and then you will be able to edit or read that file. Okay, so we can specify the mode while opening a file. Okay, so this is the very important thing. Okay, so either you want to read open file to read it, or you want to open file to write into that file, or you want to open file in order to append some data into the same existing file. So that's up to you. So there are certain modes which I'm going to show you in coming slides, which will help us to specify, or which will help us to define what all the operations that we are going to do with the file. Either we are going to read, write, or we are going to append the data. In mode, we specify whether you want to read. Yeah, that's on the next line. Read, write, or append the file. We can also specify if we want to open file in text mode or binary mode. Okay. So this is again a very important point. You should note this thing. So whenever it's a text file, document file, PDF file, or kind of file, so you can open those kind of file in text mode. But when the file is in the form of audio or in the form of video, that time you have to open the file in binary mode, because text mode will not give you the right thing which you are looking for. Okay, so keep this point in mind. Whenever there is text into that file, whether it is Excel, doc, text file, or PDF file, you can open it in text mode. But when it is audio or video, or it is an image, in that case you are supposed to open the file in binary mode. Okay, so make a note of this thing. Okay, so that's about opening file, how you should open which file, and what are the parameters, or what are the modes. Okay, so that's what the main point. So here are the modes. Let me just give you quickly what are different modes. I guess the image is quite blur, so be aware. Sorry for that. I can't do anything. So there is first mode, which is read. So it is only for reading the file. So if you do not pass any mode, and if you directly pass the path of the file, I'll show you how to use these modes as well. So let me just really show you directly. Okay. So open file. Yeah. So here are certain ways to open the file. Okay. So if you do something like this, okay, open text. Okay, I'm not going to take text. So my file is somewhat bit different name. Okay, so this is the one way to open file. If you do like this, so this open function will open a file by default in reading mode. Okay, so that's what the point mentioned over here. Open file for reading, which is the default mode. But if you want to open it in writing mode, f is equal to open. See, when you type open in this PyCharm, so that's what the beauty of editor. I was telling from the day one. Okay, that's why you want to, you have to use editor while doing any kind of program. Go anywhere if you are doing programming, I would request to use an editor which will help you a lot. See, the first is file path, which is file is file path. Mode is the kind of mode, whether buffering should be enabled or not. Encoding, which is the encoding. You know, UTF-8 is the encoding most is the standard encoding for all files. If error occur while opening files, if error occurs, then what you have to do, and there are few other things as well. So we don't need to go. Till this, so we are going to, we know file, we know mode, and then we are using encoding. Even buffering we are not using, so buffering is storing for short time, and then if you want to do something. Okay, so I want to pass a parameter. So this is my file. So my file is tech amplifiers, which is in the same path .txt, and I want to read file. Okay, so what is there in the chat box? No sound. What happened? Am I not audible? Yes, people just inform me if I'm not audible. Audible, fine, that's okay. Okay, so if I wanted to open a file in reading mode or writing mode, what I'll do, if I want to open into reading mode, I'll do this thing in single quotes. I'll add type R, and if I wanted to open in writing mode, I will type it as W. And again, the same modes are there. I'm going to show you what all modes are available. Okay, but it is always a second parameter. Second parameter is this, and you have to pass it, give it on second position. Okay, you know what will happen if you give on next position. Okay, so you know much more things about, sorry, about the arguments, and you know how you can define them. Okay, so this by default, if you do like this, it will open the file in reading mode. If you want to open it in writing mode, you have to explicitly define that I want to open this file in writing mode. Okay, so now let me just get rid of this thing. I don't, let me just copy my file name so that I'll tell you. So in all of you, if you are looking for where is the file path, so you'll get to know the my current file, this file exception or open file. This is open file. It is present in C users, Akshay, PyCharm projects, and file handling. Right. So inside this folder, which is opened over here, see Akshay, PyCharm, file handling, and here is my file. I copied it here, hence I'm able to access it over there. If you have the file on the other locations, you have to provide the path explicitly, like it is mentioned over here. Okay, so you have to provide the path explicitly. C colon, then what is the folder name, then what is the file name, right? So that's what you are supposed to do. Now let's get back to the modes. What is there in the chat box? Okay, I'm audible. Perfect. I don't know why background is changing. Okay. Thanks for the confirmation, guys. Okay. So reading, we saw, writing we saw, open files and writing creates a new file if it doesn't exist. Or see, that's the next line is very important. Please focus on the last point. Or truncates the file if exists. Okay, so there are two things. It will open file for writing. If it is not present, file is not present, it will create. And if it is not there, then it will create. But if it is there, then it will truncate the existing file. It will delete all the content from your file, and then it will start writing. And here the X is used for exclusive file creation. If file already exists, the operation fails. If you are sure that file is not created, you have to create a new file directly without checking whether file is existed. So if file is existing, then it will fail. It will give you the error. Okay. And this A mode is used to append the data. Okay. Sometimes you don't need to delete all the content. Sometimes you just need to add something into your existing file. Okay. So for that, you can use this append operation. Now, here are the next few things. Next two modes are T and B. It opens T opens in text mode, B opens in binary mode. I told you already. So if you know that in file the content will be in the form of text, then you have to open in text mode. But if you know the file content is either audio, video, or a picture, you are supposed to open the file in binary format. Okay. And the last one is opens file for updating, reading or writing. So it is plus. So it is opening for reading and writing. We will not go in much detail today because our agenda, today's agenda is only to read and write files. So we'll stick towards that. And let's just quickly show you first opening the file. Okay. So let's get back here. Or let me cover, then I'll come back to this thing. Okay. Writing to the files. Okay, so writing files will cover later on. First, let's read the file first. Okay, so this is the writing one, right? I'm just going to comment it for now. Okay, so this is my file f open takeamplifiers.txt. So as I told you, this f will be my handle. So this f will help me to do the next operation. Okay, so let's check if my file, all the content of my file is coming in that f or not. Okay, so what we do in our last few examples, whenever we are assigning something, suppose it's a is equal to 10, or a is equal to an array, or a is equal to a string. So what we used to do is, whenever we assign something, we used to print. Yes, so I guess that's what the answer is there. F is an equivalent. No, it is just a variable. Let me take a, my favorite variable. Okay, so this will again make you, again this is not, this will not be a. So whenever we take a variable, we used to assign something. Previously we used to assign integer, text, then string, then we used to assign list, lot of things, all the data type. But right now I assign a handle, which is this open function is going to provide us. Let's go and check what is it giving me. Okay, let's check what is that handle is all about. Why we called it as handle? Okay, and what it's going to show us. Okay, I'm just for your understanding, I'm just printing it over here, and let me run it. See what it is giving me. A is printing something like this. Okay, sorry. Yeah, so it is printing text IO wrapper name. So it is giving the file name. Takeamplifiers.txt mode is reading, encoding is CP122. Fine, but I don't want that. I want to see what is there in my file. My main purpose of this using this open function is to read the file. Okay, first I open, so that is what I am doing. It means, see, this A is printing something. It means your file is open right now. Okay, it means it is open, but we are not able to see it because we haven't opened it through a GUI, graphical user interface. We opened it through a code. Okay, so that's why we are not able to see it, but it is open. Okay, with the open function, we have opened file. Now, the next target is to read the file. Okay, so for reading the file, we do something different. R is for reading. Where we have, R is for reading. I already told you the modes. Let me again get back to that point. See, the modes are R is for read, W is for write, X is for exclusive file creation, A is for append, T is for text mode, B is for binary mode, and plus A is for updating the file, either read or write operation. Is that clear with the? It's a mode. If yes, give me yes into the chat box, and then I'll move forward towards the next thing. Okay, fine. Okay, now what I wanted to do is, my goal is to take all the content out from this text file. So let me check what is there in my text file. So how can I do that? How can I do that? Anybody, can you tell me? Yes, we can do it by printing the data, actually printing what is there into my file. Okay, so can anybody tell me how you can print the data? Yes. Any guesses? No. So what you do when you open file, what you do in order to understand what is there into the file, you start reading, right? But how you read? How you read the file? First you read the first line, then you read the second line, then you read the third line, or you start from the bottom, or you start from the middle. How you start? Of course, you start from the first line, and on that, in addition to that, you read line by line. You don't directly you are not robot that you can understand everything. You read line by line. Okay, that's what our program is going to do. Our program is going to do the same thing. It is going to read lines. Okay, so if you but now again, so if my file is having hundreds of lines, so what will you do? Now it's your point. Let me just turn on my view. So I'm not able to see everybody. I don't know why today. Okay, it is here. Yeah, at least I should see myself, then I'll feel good. Okay, yeah. Now tell me. So it's your time. Okay? It's your time to think. Now which thing you are going to use in order to read file line by line? What is that one feature that we learned we are going to use? Yes. Akshay, type it publicly. You are messaging me privately, type it publicly. Okay. While loop we can use when you don't know the number of lines will be filed. Yes, for loop also you can use, while loop also you can use. But with while loop, it will end only when you will end the line. Okay, if your file will end. Okay, so you can use both the loops. So I'm just going to demonstrate you with for loop. You just go ahead and see how you can use it with while loop as well. Okay, so let's go and let's check how you can read the file line by line. Let me just quickly show you what is there in my file. Okay, I have to open it. File handling and this tech amplifiers, and this is just an intro from one of our websites. So tech amplifiers, it is an edutech startup which focuses on skillful training and education of all tech savvy individuals, which will help them to amplify their skills and knowledge and help them to grow in their personal and professional lives. Okay, so that's what my content of my this particular file, and let's just quickly go and check if my particular this open function is going to give me the same thing. Now how I can use this loop? Okay, now yes, so I can use while loop or for loop. That's what you correctly mentioned, but how you can use that? Just try to guess. Okay, so what is the syntax of for loop? At least that syntax I can expect from the people who attended for loop. I'm going to show you with the for loop. That's why I'm asking what is the syntax of the for loop. So we used to write something like this. Okay, so I'm just removing this print. For I in range of something, right? So this is what the syntax for I in file handle. Yes. So yeah, actually you're pretty much I in range. Yes, variable in range. Yes, I just took I. Okay, now I'm not going to take I. Okay, I can take that I as well, but in order to read file, okay, so A into, so A is not giving me file. Then what is this variable I in range? No. Uh, what is that one object that I should take? So this is inbuilt function again. So if you add something instead of range, a dot, see, after you enter dot, you will get a lot of options. Okay. So read lines. See, I have this function over here. So you need to use PyCharm for developing Python only because it is going to make your work really easy. Okay. So a dot read lines is going to give me the first line first and then the second line. Okay. So here instead of it, if I print something like this, print I, it will also work. But I wanted to make it more correct. So I'm going to use this line variable over there. I'm just changing the variable name. That's it. So it will be a dot read lines for line into line in a dot read line. So if I print line over here, sorry, what happened? What is happening? Okay, so if I do something like this, I'll get that file line by line. Okay, so let me just quickly show you by running this code. Yeah, so an edutech startup, the same thing is printing over here. Yeah, which focuses on skillful training and all this tech-savvy individual, which will help them to amplify their skills and knowledge to help them in personal professional life. Same to same, right? Dot to dot, word to word is same. So that's what we did. Can't see. Sorry. Sorry. Okay, I just run the code. Let me rerun again just for you. Yeah, so I just run the code, and what I did, a dot, sorry, I have my computer. Wait a minute. It's my system. Yeah, I need to quickly. Okay, this debugger get on over here. I don't want debugger. Okay, what it just did is, so it was something like for line in range, right? So instead of range, instead of some range, I added a dot read lines. So what it is going to give me, a dot read lines is going to give me all the lines in the form of string in kind of a range or in a kind of an list. Okay, so this is going to give me, and I'm going to use a for loop over there, and I'm just printing it over here, and it is helping me to print the things. What is there? Is read lines is inbuilt function? Yes, it is inbuilt function. So without, if you don't want to do something like this, just comment it or just remove it directly and directly print a dot read line. So read, see, it's an inbuilt function. It is coming over here, a dot read lines. So if I do something like this, I'll get a list. See, this is list is what? This is my first line. See, this is my first element of the list. Then it is comma separated, and this is my second element of the list. That is what a dot read lines is giving me. And you know what we do with the list? What we do? We can iterate that list over and loop. It may be a while loop or it may be a for loop. So right now what I did is I iterate this with for loop. So this is my list and I'm iterating with this for. So this line will first print first line and then will print second line. That's what it is happening over here. Is it clear? Is it clear? Any doubts till now? Any doubts? No. If there is no readline function. No, in Python, readline function is there. Read lines, not read line. Read line will read only one line. You need to pass the parameter which line you want to read. If you want to read all the lines, you will get the read line function. Read lines function. For other languages, I can't comment right now. I'll not tell you as well. You just go and find out. That's what I want, Abhinandan. Every time you can't be dependent on me because I can't be there. I can't be there every time. So you need to learn. You need to learn to become resourceful. There are a lot of any other ways to do that. Go and find it out. Okay, go and find it out. Okay, so this is all about read lines. This is all about reading the file, and I'm going to show you how you can append, how you can write to that file. If I write something, if I do something by writing the operation, so let me just get back to the presentation again. Yeah, so those are operations we saw. So if you want to write file, now here comes the writing operation. Okay, so in order to write into file, we need to open it in write mode or append or exclusively X creation. Okay, X mode is used for creation. So in order to write, we can use W, we can use A in mode I'm talking about. You can use X for writing into the file. Then there are three options, but what is use of each and everybody? Okay, so we need to be careful with W mode because it will override the existing file. Or if there is some content there present in the file, if I write something, it will override. It will add a new content and it will erase the already existing content. Okay, that's what the third point is. Due to this, all the previous data will be erased. So it depends on what the things you want. Okay, so if you want to have the updated data every time, that's what we need in IoT devices. So we use write mode. We don't want to deal with old data mostly. So old data is already pushed into database, so we don't want it in a current file. So we always use write operation. Okay, but most of the cases in software development industry, we do not overwrite the data. We append the data. Okay, so that's what, if that is the case, you can use the A mode, and which will help you to append the data. Okay, now here is one more syntax to open. So the student asked. So here is the answer to your question. This is the one more way by which you can do or you can open the file. Okay, so I'm just quickly going to show you. Okay, file handling. Let me just create a new file. Write, write file, write to file. Okay, so if suppose we just saw f is equal to open, and here is my file name in double quotes. It will be, what happened? Why it is giving me a lot of things? Okay, the caps. I was expecting automatically, since I typed small t, it was not coming. Okay, so this is one way to open file. Then there is another way. Wait, open, and this is my file name. Take amplifiers as f. Okay, this is one more way. This is one more way to open a file. This is again the same. This is just a different representation. That's it. Okay, so I'll tell you the use of this. See this. If you want to perform some action within this thing, now since I have added colon over here, if I hit enter, it will come on this line, and all the operation, like you can see over here, all the operation will be done. And once you come out of the loop, this will automatically close the file. This particular bit as f will automatically do the resource cleaning and all that thing. Okay, we don't need to do that. So we can also specify if you want to open the file in text mode, or that's what we learn already. That's not an issue. Okay, so and here is the way, and there we need to mention whether you want to open it in write mode or not. So this time I want to write, and let me just quickly again show you one thing. Open, and if you see the sequence of the parameters, if you see the sequence of the parameters it has, and we need to pass the arguments in the same sequence. Okay, first is file name, then is mode, then is buffering, then is encoding, right? So, but this is my file name, this is correct, this is my mode, this is correct. If you want to use buffer, then you have to use a single quote over here, and you want to write a B R, or so reading. So there will be buffer for reading or writing buffer. So BR or B, sorry, RB, reading buffer or writing buffer, RB or WB. That is your choice. But I don't want to do the buffering right now. I just want to append the data into that file. Okay. So, and I need to know what is the formatting. Like here in example it is shown. So encoding. So encoding is UTF-8, which is the standard encoding, which is I'm going to use. But if you see, so we explicitly provided that this UTF-8 value should be given to the encoding variable. Okay, encoding parameter. So what is this kind of argument? Which kind of argument we are passing over here? Can anybody tell me? What is the type of argument that I'm passing over here? Yes, we yesterday only we saw this thing. Yes, it's keyword. Dheeraj, you're absolutely right. Keyword argument. We are passing that encoding is the keyword we are passing, and we are saying that wherever you find encoding word, assign this value at that sequence. Okay, that's good. I saw a couple of people are participating, and let me check. Okay, fine. Okay, so this is what I need to do, and now it's our time to start writing into the file. So how you can write into the file? So f dot write. So this is a simple function. Again, this is also inbuilt function. Okay, f dot write. This is going to tell us that what content, the string we are going to pass it. Okay, so string I'm going to pass it is we all are learning Python in tech amplifier. So this string will get appended. Sorry. Okay, this string will get appended. Sorry, will no. I will first see what is write will do, and then I'll show you what append will do. Okay, so we already know it is having this particular code over there, and I'm just going to append this thing. Let me run this code, and it will not print anything, by the way. It will just execute the code. Let me just quickly show you file by opening it. Okay, this is my TechMP5 file, and you can see since I use the write mode, all my content which was already there is erased, and new content is replaced over here in the file. Now, if I don't want to do that, I just need to change the mode, which I can do by changing the mode directly. So this is my append mode, and now this already will be there. Again, I'll just add /n so that it will come on next line. So this will be my on this one, I guess this one. Yeah. So after this, again f dot write. I'll add something. Sorry. In double quotes, it will be /n, which will print my things on a new line. And we are going to learn advanced Python as well. Yeah, so that's what I wanted to. So since this line will be already there, it will print twice, and there will be a third line. Yeah, the code is executed, and let's go back, and it is updated. Yeah, you can see. So I guess because I added, yeah, because of this space after /n, I gave some space. That is what the space is, and we just saw that our file is updated. Okay, so this will be helpful when you want to copy some content. So this is kind of a bot which will help you to, which will reduce your copy pasting work. If you want to copy something from one file to other, just go and open that file, go to the line number, copy that, and paste it here. Just append it over here. So it will simplify a lot of your operations. Suppose if you want to add some content in between, okay, you will get to that line, you will find out the exact location, and on that location you will add something. Okay, the position I'm talking about. So there are a lot of things you can do with this. So what we do with file handling is, so whenever we onboard a customer, we send the customer some agreement that this is the agreement. You have to accept that agreement. Then only you will be able to access our product. Okay. So what are the privacy notice and all those things. So those operations. So we need to append the signature. Okay. So when this customer has accepted the agreement, what is who has, so customer will have definitely different users will be using our system. So those users, so from which IP address and all the things. So that is whole logical. I'm just telling you the real-time scenario. So when you want to append a signature of a customer into our existing document, so that time you can use this file append operation. Okay, so that's how we do it. So there are a number of other operations that people use file and this writing into file. So you might have used in your day-to-day life as well. Just go and rethink what where you saw this kind of thing. So that's it about file writing and reading and writing. That's what I wanted to cover, which was there in the content. And this is it, file handling. So file handling is not only this, so it is much more advanced. So there are a lot many things which we are going to explore in advanced course of this Python.